Right, so I'm going to talk about my 4 most important and most used tools that I use for window cleaning. And 2 of the tools that I use, they're not even window cleaning equipment. So maybe I'll talk about 5 different things, right? So when it comes to cleaning a window, first of all, I'm using my little dustpan and brush. This probably cost me a couple of quid. I don't have the pan, I just need the brush. So this is for the main things with the frame, to dust. It doesn't work very well when it's wet, so you don't want to do it when it's wet. Use a cloth more if it's wet, but most of the time it's dry, isn't it? So this gets the cobwebs, the dirt, the dust, and it goes right underneath the frames here into the little gaps. So the most used tool is there. Okay, my second most used tool is the washer. Now this is a 22-inch washer. This is my most used size that I use for residential, but it's also used a lot for the shop work and storefronts that I do. And just add the soap directly to the washer, saturated washer. That's how I carry my soap in a bottle, and I top it up when it starts to go thin, or you know, I'll start to use it all up. I'll just add some more to it, and typically I just use washing up liquid. So let's get that nice stable soap solution. So this is my second most used tool. So all these tools that are used as much as each other. So this is a window cleaning tool, right? So this is my next window cleaning tool. My third most used tool, put the tool in the right place at the right time. I'm starting in the middle. I'm making sure that I've got no issues closing out, because I'm not closing out onto the frame. I'm closing out on the bottom of the frame, never close out at the side of the frame. So this is a 14-inch. Not the, when it comes to using sizes, I use the right size tool for right size pane of glass, but then the right size tool for the right type of window that I'm working on, which I'll talk about in a little bit, being instinctive. So the best thing that I find as a window cleaner is I'm instinctive. I know what windows I can do what on, what technique, what size squeegee, because it's ingrained. And being an instinctive window cleaner allows you to just take the piss out of all the other window cleaners that struggle, that work longer, harder, slower, work like robots. Take the piss out in a nice way, not being vindictive, but it's easy. It's the easiest thing I've ever did, was to not be like everybody else window cleaning. So the squeegee, obviously I'm a window cleaner, so the washer and the squeegee is my most used tool, but also is this brush. Now what is the 4th most used tool which is used on every window? Well, I'll give you guys just a couple of seconds to think about it. I'll give you 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the other, my most used tool, okay, is this. My hands, my scrub gloves. This is perfect for any marks. Just grab that scrub glove, grab this scrub glove over here, and if this window's really dirty, I don't mess about with using these Pulex or Gecko tools. I use my hand. This is much more efficient and effective. Spread that solution around. So my gloves, not window cleaning, are they? None of that's window cleaning products. Put the tool in the right place at the right time. I've got that window nice and rubbed in, and I've just got to take off that excess solution off, and again embarrass every single window cleaner that doesn't use a liquidator. So using liquidators gives you the right to embarrass window cleaners, but do it in a nice way. Don't do it vindictively. So they're my other most used tool. So the other tool that is my most used tool, now glass cloths, they ain't allowed to be used because I don't make mistakes on the glass, but the seal cloth, this is just another free towel that I got from one of my customers. That's just to take off the excess on the frame. So incorporating this, number 5, Those 5 tools are the most used tools, and you would always think to yourself, using a washer and a squeegee is obviously right up there, but literally 3 of those most used tools aren't window cleaning equipment. You can't buy really from the window cleaning premises because they're just not window cleaning equipment. You can buy cloths and stuff, but I don't buy my cloths. Don't buy your cloths, get them donated. So I wanted to talk about, which I've talked about many times, but let's talk about windows there where, right, we're working in the UK, so we've got lots of different size windows. So I like to use the right size tool for the right window, that, you know, size tool that I'm working with. So at the moment I was using a 14-inch to get as big a spread as possible, but sometimes using the bigger tool isn't the best thing for me to do because there's a problem with the window. So then I'll scale back the size, but I always still try to use the biggest size that I can to get the best coverage as possible. So I'm going to go down to a 12-inch, but I'm still going to do that same technique. I'm not going to start at the side there. That's for every other window cleaner that wants to work like a normal standard window cleaner. We're not normal. When you watch my videos, you're not normal. So it's good that you're not normal. So what I want to do, really, what I want to do is I want to keep my squeegee at a right angle, flush as much as possible. I don't want to be digging in, because there's not this window, but these windows here, actually, they're quite problematic a lot of time coming up. So try to keep your squeegee. This will allow you to stop having judders and stabs. Keep your squeegee as sort of flush as possible. Quite windy today, so you might get some background noises, and to keep that squeegee nice and flush at the edges to avoid the stab. And when you're in the middle of the glass, don't make loads of maneuvers like this. Keep that squeegee length, as I have it always in a pivot with my thumb over the top, right? That allows me to get the best coverage, whatever size squeegee that I'm using. That's got some debris on there, so that's causing lines. There's nothing to do with the squeegee rubber, nothing to do with the squeegee being crap. It's got debris on the squeegee rubber. So I'm going to go back to my big one. So I want to keep this squeegee parallel, right? Obviously not start in the middle, not do what everybody else does. And then when I come to close out away from that frame, because you don't want extra aggravation closing out. You want a nice free landing. Think of that plane landing, and you're going to land that plane or that squeegee either in your hand or on a pole where there's nothing in the way and coming down. Everything is, first of all, instinctive. So if I know I've got a problem with this window, I'm going to evolve and adapt. Before I even get my tools out, I know what tools I'm going to go for, but try to avoid all the aggravations that is involved with cleaning windows. Let all the problems be on everybody else. When you got these tools here, that's when you have to eliminate all the problems, all the bad habits. Never have ingrained bad habits. Always be versatile, adapt, evolve, and become better every week at your job. If you stop becoming better, then you've stopped wanting to learn and wanting to be at the best of your game. So look at your competition around and think to yourself, these ain't my competition. I'm levels above that. So they might take 1 or 2 jobs off you here and there. That always happens, but don't work, don't think, don't be like, don't use the tools that all those other window cleaners work with. And honestly, don't watch or listen to window cleaners that tell you to be as good as those guys, when all they can do is work longer, harder, slower, forever getting less results. That's the video over.